the Dining with Nadiva show. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes. Yeah, come on, somebody. I am your hostess with the mostest, Nadiva. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button and make sure you're sharing. We're almost at that 1,000 subscribers, y'all. We can do it with all your help. It takes a village, y'all, so let's make it happen. But we're going to jump right into the show today because I know you see some amazing women on this panel, and I am super excited to introduce them. I'm going to start with my godmother, Miss Delise, over to my left, looking fly as always. Can you do your thing? I love it. Yes, I love it. Always wanted to be, but I'm only in my mind. So.
It's not too late.
It's not?
No.
Okay, I'll have to try that. We have to talk. But I also have a very special guest in the building. A very, very dear friend of me and my mother. But I would like to introduce Renee. How are you, Miss Renee?
I am great. I'm so thankful and honored to be here.
Absolutely. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Well, tell the viewers just a little bit about you and what you do and all that good fun stuff.
Okay, well, my name is Renee Wilson. I was born and raised in the Bronx, but I live in Inglewood, New Jersey. I am married for 23 years to a firefighter of 25 years in Inglewood, New Jersey. And I have two amazing kids, Dante, 22, at Hampton University, studying to be an architect. And my daughter, Janae Wilson, is at Spelman. She's studying to be a producer, actually. So, and then I'm a grandmother of a fur baby.
Everybody's good with the fur baby.
And I'm a Mary Kay sales director.
Nice. Come on, somebody. We love the Mary Kay all day.
You always have to stay beat.
That's right. That's right.
And I work at the city of Inglewood for 20 years as a assistant for the tax assessor's office. So
welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show,
Thank you,
Renee.
Thank you.
And look, she just falls right in line. I mean, it's how she wakes up. You know what I'm saying?
I wish.
Yeah.
Don't let Beyonce fool y'all.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
You don't want to see how I wake up.
No, you wake up like that too.
I wake up like this.
It's all right. It's all right. God still loves us. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you, ladies, for being here today. I am
Thank you for
so
having me.
excited for today's show because we got a really, really good topic today.
Yeah, we do.
Yes. So I got my glasses today, y'all, so I can read.
No.
Right. We don't need Michael's iPad.
Yeah, and shout out to Michael. He's under the weather today, so we just want to send special healing vibes out to him today.
Yes.
In the name of Jesus, you are healed and whole, and you will be back sooner than later.
Amen.
Yes.
But you are definitely missed, and we feel your presence here today. But we're going to jump right in. Let's get right all up in it, and because this topic right here, I know might be a little controversial for some, but this is why we bring these topics to the show, because we like a little something. You know, we like to talk about it because, you know, we always have a Jesus outlet for it. And we're going to get into that later. But today's topic is... Dang. Would you date a man that made less than you make? Would you date a man that made a little less than what you make?
My goodness.
Look. I'm just saying, you know, I came up with this topic because, you know, as we evolve as women and we're moving up in the ladder of success and we're getting very competitive with salaries with some of these men out here, and rightfully so. It's about time. You know? And a lot of us are getting married a little bit later in life these days, so we're focusing on that bag, you know, making sure that we have our own independence so that when we do get in that relationship, we have our own. However, with that being said, there are some men out there that just seem to not be able to match that.
Right, because you have 2 bags and he has half a bag.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, I'm just saying, I mean, what do you do with that? You know what I mean? Like, but we're going to talk about it. We're definitely going to talk about it. So just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? And if you got somebody in the room, a boo, and you know he making a little bit less than you, don't take this as a time to go digging on him. You know,
but it depends on the less.
It depends
and
on the less.
just look forward. Don't look to the left or to the right.
That's
you won't
right.
know that you have any feelings about it. Just look forward. Exactly. But you know, we're gonna take some time to get in, and we're not today. We're gonna right into topics today because I just feel like, you know, we just need to get into topics. We're gonna be switching things up every once in a while. Sometimes we'll have a restaurant. Sometimes, depending on the topic, how juicy it is, we may need that full half hour. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into the actual topic, my lovely godmother, Miss Delise, has our words of the day. So today's word of the day is acquiesce.
Oh.
It is a verb. To accept something reluctantly but without protest. Again, acquiesce. Michael will acquiesce to his wife so they don't argue over who is going to do the dishes after dinner. So he doesn't want to protest, he doesn't want to do it, but he is going to give in to doing it just to save face or save the peace.
Acquiesce, give in. Got
Acquiesce.
Okay, acquiesce.
When you don't really want to.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, I acquiesced when I went on a third date and I paid for it. Like y'all said to do.
Dun, 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 dun,
What you mean? You said to do the third date.
I know, but you didn't want to. You have to want to. It's like be a cheerful giver.
But
I don't want to give, but here's $1. Not that.
But I just felt weird though.
But you supposed
I want to try it though.
But you're supposed to want to.
I did kinda, but it just felt weird wanting to do that. Does that make sense? Well, I mean, look, I'm trying to use it in a sentence. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying.
I don't want to switch the topic, so we just gonna stay with your sentence. I'll take a little sip of this prickly pear and we'll keep moving.
What you think about this word? We gotta use it in a sentence, Renee. So, if throughout the show you feel like using this word, you're gonna get a ding, right, Marvin? There you go.
All right. Well, I acquiesced to my husband when we had to pick my son up from the bus stop at 6 a.m, and I drove.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I like
right.
that.
Okay.
And what he say?
Thank you.
No, he asked me to drive.
And
Yeah.
he was thankful.
Yeah, he was
Appreciative?
thankful. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
We were
good.
both tired, but
Yeah.
I gave in.
You gave in.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Parenting.
sometimes you gotta do that in relationships. You know what I'm saying? My mother hates that word compromise. She just likes win-win situation.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Listen, in life, a lot of things we have to acquiesce to.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
just to keep the peace.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do, especially in this dating world. But to get back to our topic of the day, which is would you date a man that made less than you? I'm gonna read. I went on a website to get just a little bit of information and some stats and some information. I went on MarketWatch.com. And it says more than 1 in 5 women, which is 22%, say they would not date someone who makes less money than them, according to a survey of 3,000 singles across the U.S. From Dating Company, and I know this dating site and everybody else and their mother probably do this out there on the market, Plenty of Fish, that's compared, which is 4% of men and 11% of single people overall who said they wouldn't date someone who makes less money than they do. The same study found that 85% of singles tell the truth about how much they make. Another study recently posted that from a legal industry site, Avo, they found that 58% in that study said they would feel uncomfortable being the main breadwinner in a relationship. The breakdown varied by gender in that study as well. 69% of women said they would be uncomfortable footing all the bills compared to 46% of men. Of course, men wouldn't be. Author Massini. This is an author that I got a quote from. She said, men complain that they lose wealth to gold diggers, and women want to protect their wealth. But women shouldn't be too quick to judge. Someone who earns less may have a terrific partner if a woman with money is willing to give that a whirl.
Whirling makes me dizzy.
I knew this was gonna be interesting. I knew this was gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna pass.
because you guys just acquiesce my presence.
I'm sorry.
Let's get into this merch, you guys. Yeah, she didn't know, but I just had to like drop my music with my engineer Marvin. Right, Marvin? Bravery up. Bravery up. Yes. Anyway, you guys, check into this nice cotton bedazzled.
I love it.
Dining with Nadiva shirt. Don't you love it? Don't you like it? Acquiesce.
Yes. Yes.
That's the word of your day.
Look at that bling too.
Look at that. All right, and then stay divine
in the back.
in the back.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you know, you just keep going about your day. Stay divine, lovely, godly. I'm out.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Asia and Didi's Corner.
I love it.
Yes, my bad. I thought we was filming that separately, but it's all good.
So can I say something on this topic?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it depends on the less. If we're talking corporate, right? That she's corporate, and no disrespect to McDonald's, and he's flipping burgers. You know, that's a big thing. But if we're talking, I don't know, corporate, and he's a banker, let's say, and he's maybe $5,000 or $10,000 less, I think that's workable.
Yeah.
You know, and I think for women, especially women now, it's a big thing because more women are independent. Because when it's flipped the other way, women expect that.
Yeah.
You know, because I know I wasn't near my husband's salary, you know, when we were dating. You know, I'm still not near it now, but it's different when it's flipped.
Exactly.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
so, yeah.
Exactly.
And that was why I said, if she's holding 2 bags and
Right.
he's holding a half a bag,
Right.
That's not gonna work.
right? That's not going to work.
Right.
Because he's unable to contribute in a financial way. And even if he's doing everything else, that woman is going to become frustrated.
Right.
Right.
You know, I got to pay the mortgage, and I got to pay the car insurance,
Right.
and I got to pay the car notes
Right.
because you only got $50.
Right.
you know.
But what
I have always made more. You know what I'm saying?
Because she got like that.
But I'm just saying,
blessed, you know.
I am blessed and I am
favored.
highly favored, and I am not saying any of this because I am bragging. I am a
Right.
humbled person. I don't tell people what I do
Right.
because I don't want them to expect me to act a certain way. I don't want them to expect
Right.
anything from me.
Right.
So I don't even tell people what I do,
Right.
right? Unless they ask
Unless
me.
they ask, like I did today.
Right. So, and otherwise you would have never known, right? You would have never known. And so in every relationship, I have always made more, but I have never emasculated a man because he didn't make what
Right.
I made.
Right.
But if I'm making a certain amount, you can't make minimum wage.
Right.
Like you have to
Right.
have a salary.
Right.
You
Right.
need a pension.
Right.
Right.
You need a 401k.
Right.
You need
Right.
something.
Right.
I need
Right.
some
Right.
longevity.
Right.
Right.
You can't be an hourly employee.
Right. Right.
And I don't think a salary really makes up whether or not a man can provide for you.
Right.
Because
Right.
a man can still provide for you even though he makes less money than you. But my question is, what if he has to work with 2 bags just to make up for your one? Because then that affects availability now.
Well, you know, I don't need to be under you 24 hours a day anyway. So we can make time. We can agree to disagree of
Right.
when we're going to be
Right.
together.
Right.
But I don't. You work 2 jobs to make sure that you are providing and that you are taking care of family and home.
Right.
I'm fine with that. I'm working too, and you know what? I'm tired.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll catch you on the weekend.
And I think it's also the stage in life where you are.
Yeah.
Because I've been married a long time, but if I were single at this
Right.
stage in my life, no. But because I've been
Right.
there when I
Right.
was younger,
Right.
carrying, or having to contribute a little bit more. I've been there with guys, that just like, okay, well, if it rains, you can't work because of what you do.
Construction.
Right.
Right.
So, and then it's just,
Right.
but we're talking about 30 years ago.
Right.
And that makes
Yeah.
sense. And that makes sense. I'm just saying that it really doesn't bother me
Right.
unless what you make is so minimal that we can't go out.
Right.
So now we want to go out and we have to go to Applebee's because Applebee's is in your budget, that I'm not doing. Not at this age. Nope, not at all. Now, I'm not looking for you to take me to Tavern on the Green. That would be nice, but you don't have to.
Right.
I'm not looking for you to take me to
But you're not trying to do that
right,
all you can eat for
but I'm not trying. Right, I'm not going to the buffet.
Right.
Picking.
Right.
You know, over the food that everyone is standing. We're not going to go. What is it? Golden Corral.
Golden.
What is that? Okay, what is the place that you
Golden
go?
Corral. Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral, yeah.
Right. The buffet. Or you can feed. I don't want to do that.
South.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's a road trip. But if that's what you're bringing
Right.
because you don't make enough, I don't want to do that. I believe in working hard. I believe in the grind. But at the age that I am now, I do need the availability.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I said.
You know
At
what? I'm
this
going to
stage
have
of the
7
game.
more years.
Right.
So I
Right.
want to be able to enjoy you and experience some things
Right.
with you. And if you are tired and your knees hurt, your
Yeah.
feet hurt because you worked 20 hours in
Yeah.
one day
Yeah.
just to make sure that you have a little bit of money, then we're not going to have good quality of life. So, no.
I'm starting to also realize as I travel more that there are certain regions of the country where there are men that because there's different there's different minimum wages in each state, right? So I'm noticing the further I go down south, sometimes the more men they're not making nearly as much as us northern women.
And I think also, because I have a lot of friends all over, and there's some who will just be satisfied with a man just to have one. You know, he could be on the couch,
Right.
but I got a man in my house.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
You know what I
settling.
mean? That's settling.
And guess what?
Yeah.
And
He makes no money.
right. And one of my nationals told me that when you settle, everything that settles goes to the bottom. Think
I like
about that.
Yes,
I
it
like
does.
that.
Yes,
Right.
it does.
Yeah. Right.
But that also reminds me, what was that movie with Vivica Fox when she was a player?
Two can play that game.
Is it two can play that
Yeah,
game? And
yeah.
remember, I think it was Taraji P. Henson. Taraji P.
Yeah.
Henson
Okay.
was in that movie. Remember, she was a corporate woman. She was making bank, and she fell in love with the cook at
Oh
one of
no,
their.
that
Oh,
was no,
yeah,
no,
that
no,
wasn't
no.
that.
That wasn't that.
Yeah.
That was
I know they were
I know what you're
successful
talking about.
women.
Yeah.
Right. Huh?
Think like a man.
Think like a man.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
But
Thank
he
you,
was
DJ.
at least going somewhere. He had
Right.
a dream and
Yes.
he was going somewhere.
But remember, that was her issue.
yeah.
That was her issue. That was holding
But
her
see,
back.
then that is our point again, right? So if he wasn't even a sous chef. He
Right.
was like a cook.
Right.
He had talent.
He did.
He had goals
Yeah.
and he had
Yeah.
aspirations,
Right.
and we love that. And she saw his potential.
Yeah.
But she is at like a VP of a corporation.
Right.
And he's an hourly employee with a piece of a car.
But it was her girlfriends. It was her girlfriends that really made her feel
Right.
some type of way. And Talent, the comedian, he always does this thing whenever we go see him. He goes, "Women have a committee."
Right.
Oh, that's true.
No,
Right.
We have a committee.
Yeah.
And if you see a guy that you like, but we're not feeling him, the committee decides, like, you're
Right.
not dating him.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Her committee made her
And
feel some type of way.
That is an isolated incident
Yeah.
because he stole. You remember he was like the valet, and he took someone else's car. Had he not taken that
Oh,
car
that's right.
to pursue her,
Yeah.
they would have
Yeah.
never even interacted.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the moment she saw him with his uniform, she wouldn't have been interested.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all the way up here
Yeah.
Yeah.
making 6 figures at the high end.
Right.
And he's over here making hourly wages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he tried so hard to
That's
win her
nice.
affection.
That is really
Didn't they get
nice.
married at the end?
They
No.
didn't get married,
No?
but they
Okay.
got together because
They
he got
did.
his food truck and
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
Yeah.
she saw
Right. She
potential.
encouraged him to be
Yeah.
his best self
Yeah.
and stop making excuses,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Right.
Put a
Yeah.
plan together and
Yeah.
move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
But at this age, I don't want to invest all of that energy in you.
Yeah.
I want you to come ready.
Yeah.
Come with something.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's what I'm saying. It depends on where you are in your life. Because
Yeah.
at this age, it's not gonna
Right,
work.
and I have to agree
Yeah.
with you because I remember when I was coming up. I mean, like, you know, in my early 20s, you know, you still getting things together. You know, so if you get into a relationship, you got time to build together, right? But once you hit a certain threshold in your age, it's like you should already come in the relationship with certain things, you know. And like I said, I don't believe salary dictates whether you're a provider or not.
I agree.
Because I feel like you still can provide for a woman. One thing that I do find as a woman who I don't date based off position or title
Nor should you.
or salary.
Right.
And I try to give everybody an opportunity because it's all about chemistry. It's all about, you know, other things that I'm looking for, character, your faith, all that good stuff. But what I do find, and I guess maybe I don't want to, and I must be straight real. I don't know if it's not pity or maybe sympathy, but I find that I want to take the reins and say, if you can't afford it, let me do it.
Okay, so I don't want to be.
I know.
You know, it's hard out here for a pimp when you trying to get this money for the rent. No, I can't do that.
I had to be real about that because
so you're a nurturer and you want. Yeah,
I don't want to take care of anyone.
I don't either.
Right,
But that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
I did.
I don't want to be a mom. I don't want to be a mom in a relationship.
Right.
No,
I don't want to be
no.
mom either, but sometimes I feel like, you know, I feel like when men
You're a
know,
rescuer. That's what you are. You're a rescuer.
But when I feel like when men know that, okay, you probably make more money than I do, I feel as if they try so hard to accommodate and to appease.
Well, if they're confident, you wouldn't have to. You know, they have to be confident.
Right. You
Yeah.
just
We don't
walk
have
in
to do
your
all that.
walk in your authority. This is
Yeah.
the man that you are.
Right.
And let him lead.
Right.
And that's it. I can't. I'm gonna help. Ooh.
That's a rescue.
No,
Okay.
you can't be
All
in a
right, so you're
relationship.
saying don't just let him be the man, and
Yes.
if he can't be the man, then kick him to the curb.
If he can't be the man that you need,
That
Right.
you need. Right.
you understand? But sometimes we know stuff before we even venture out.
Right.
Right? It's like if I'm driving in my car and you're on a bike and you pass me, and that is your mode of transportation. You're like, hey, lady, how you doing? I'm doing great. Beep, beep. And I'm keeping going.
You mean like scrub hanging out the side of your
you're
best
on the
friend's
bike.
ride?
You're doing deliveries. Well, so why am I even going to bother? You
Yeah.
could be great, but you won't be great for me.
Right.
You understand? I
Right.
wish you well.
Right.
Go with God. Be blessed and have a great day on purpose.
Right.
But you can't be my man on a
Right.
bicycle doing deliveries
Right.
with the hand mitts on the brake pads. There's nothing we can do for each other. So I'm gonna
do Uber
all right.
Eats for you.
So I'm gonna allow myself. Just think about it. I'm gonna allow myself. What I'm gonna get out and have a conversation, exchange numbers, so I can hope he aspired to be the man I need.
I know.
Absolutely
I
not.
know.
No,
ma'am.
I get that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met a guy
There gotta
the
be
other
a
day.
cutoff.
I met a guy the other day, and I was walking out of Walmart. He was coming in for the night shift. I guess he was one of those stocks. I
That's it.
know.
Nope.
Hold on. But I guess I have sympathy. And
You're a
I never want to
rescuer.
feel like, you know, I've missed out on an opportunity simply because of, like I said, they but I should have known by the name because his name was Pookie.
And that was the name that he gave you.
Yeah.
He gave you that name.
He said Pookie, but he was so
Nadiva.
nice. He
No.
was so nice. But I ended up having to, like, you know, to back off of that.
Not even,
Yeah.
not even that. Not
Listen,
government, but not
you-
even the government name.
You give your entire number, and that last digit you change to something else.
For real.
But why
Yes,
even go through that?
Right. I'm busy.
Pookie?
I'm busy.
Pookie?
I
Why
know.
would anybody introduce themselves?
I gave him
with
my
that?
card before I asked the name. I think that's what the issue was.
No,
I was.
You got to be careful because that sound a
know.
little. That don't sound
That's
thirsty.
a
That
red
sound
flag.
desperate, and you're not desperate.
No, I'm not.
So then,
but
hello,
I think
how
it's
are you? And
sympathetic. I'm like, okay.
You
He's working a night shift. He's never available for you.
But you remember Sector the Entertainer? He was just like, "What's your name? Delicious." I'm not calling no grown blank man delicious.
Right.
Pookie. A grown man's going to introduce himself to you as Pookie. Look at you.
Right.
I know Pookie. Yeah, I found
Could you
out
introduce
after.
Pookie to your mother?
Heck no, tech no.
Right. So
Okay.
then,
No.
if you can't,
and then
you
Pookie was
can't
from
have the
Patterson. I was like,
conversation.
oh no, you really have to do it. Sorry.
Patterson.
Sorry, Marvin's from Patterson.
Sorry,
Marvin. Oh, and DH the dag. Sorry.
I get my hair done in Patterson, so you know.
Yeah.
I don't go.
Shout out to Vanessa.
Shout out to Vanessa. But yeah, I mean, look, this was interesting. Y'all ladies had some really deep stuff to share about this topic. Yeah. I think it's all about perspective. I mean, like you had mentioned, it's where you are in your life. Right. And like what Delise said, she don't want somebody on a bicycle. You know what I'm saying? Not at this stage of the game.
Like you too old.
Yeah. Right. And my grandmother always taught me, she said, you want to be with someone that has what you have or and maybe more. Just a little bit more.
My mother taught me that.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I also feel as though it's not based on your salary whether or not you can provide for a woman. I know me. I'm a very simple woman. Don't let the outer appearance fool you. This is just surface stuff. But on the inside, I'm very simple. It's the small things that affect me. Right. It could be a card. It doesn't have to be a Gucci bag.
Right.
Although those are nice.
I love cards,
but you can give me a card. Just words of affirmation. That's my first love language.
Good morning. A hug.
Yeah. So you look beautiful today.
Right. But just because you walked past me and said you're beautiful, and you were, you said something that caught my attention. You work nights. You work at Walmart. You live in Patterson, and you introduce yourself as Pookie.
Yeah.
I don't want to get to even know you.
No boxes checked. No boxes checked.
Nothing. There's nothing on there that I'm like, okay. And so you just gotta walk on by.
Yeah, he did. I blocked.
You know where the end where it says not applicable?
Yeah. And I do treat men like interviews. Sorry. But look, y'all, we have a scripture for this topic. So I was actually floating around in Timothy. 1 Timothy. In 1 Timothy 5:8, it says, but if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Mm-hmm. So regardless of where he is, if he can't provide, then he worse than an unbeliever.
You gotta go kick to the side.
You gotta go where Pookie went. You gotta go
and
where Pookie
like I said, I want you to go and be great and have a great day on purpose.
Exactly.
Just not with you.
Just not with
me. Right. Now, if you're a 20-something-year-old and you dating somebody right now and y'all are building together, that's a whole other story. But for us women of a certain age that are moving up the ladders of success and about our establishing our own wealth, you might want to rethink.
Right. And just think of it like this. If you were 40 right now, and God bless you with 40 more winters, do you have time to take care of somebody?
No.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? When you 89, if God see fit, you think you're going to jump in your car and be like, oh, I'm going on vacation. Oh, I'm going to go to Marshall's. Oh, I'm going to the Louis Vuitton store. No. Absolutely not. You're going to be shuffling along and someone is taking you. Mm-hmm. So the years that you have well, healthy, happy, and in your good mind, you need the right partner.
Right.
And he can't work nights and be called Pookie.
Yeah, you heard that.
All right.
From my godmama, y'all. Make sure y'all look her up. She be dropping them gems, son. Right. Well, you know what? Comment. Let us know how you felt about this topic. Look, if you're in a situation right now and you're feeling a little bit uneasy, rewatch this episode and take in what we're putting down. But definitely comment. And we thank you so much for tuning in today. Like I said before, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification button. But we gotta run because Delise is blowing up over here. You know what I'm saying? Phone is just blowing up. But we thank y'all for watching. But until the next time. Oh, I didn't tell you about this part.
Okay.
So when we end the show, we say, until the next time, stay divine.
All right. This is great.
Thank you once again for tuning in to the Dining with Nadiva show. Make sure to check us out on all the audio platforms like Spotify, Apple, Amazon, TuneIn. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.